Welcome to DivTech 101, aka Black Mantle, where we discuss information technology, also known as IT. In today's episode, what we're going to go over is I'm going to figure out, is it cheaper to cut the cable or is it cheaper to keep our streaming services? Now, our streaming services is going to consist of about 7 to 9 different services, including Hulu, Amazon Prime, Netflix, Peacock, and those different types of services. So what I'm going to do is I'm not only going to tell you about them, and we're not going to only going to find the answer to our question, but I'm also going to teach you how you can actually configure these costs into a Google Sheet. Now, I've done plenty of videos before on how to like check the averages, how to check the sums and costs. So we're basically going to take an existing spreadsheet that's already pre-populated, so you don't have to recreate the work over again, and basically take out what we don't need and put in what we need, and then come out with a nice, neatly crafted sheet to give us the average monthly cost to the yearly cost and what we pay on the average. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, what we have here is, if you open up Google Sheets, I basically took the annual budget sheet, and that's just what it's called. If you're going to look at it from the Google Sheet perspective, and so we're just going to change a couple of fields here just so we know what we're looking at. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of take out the rows I don't need. So I'm going to click on row number 14. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the sheet, and we're going to hold down Shift and click on row number 138. And then we're going to right click and we're going to click on hide rows. And what that's going to do is going to make our sheet look a little bit more nicer than what it actually is. And so then I'm going to then change the text here from children. We're going to type in streaming service, services actually. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look at the actual sheet in terms of the services themselves. We're going to get those typed in. Now, basically, I'm taking the current rate of the services. They may be a few cents off, but at least we can get close to the average so we can actually see it. Okay. So one of the first ones that we're going to first thing that we're going to do is we're going to add at least 2 more rows underneath this. If you highlight both and then you right click and do insert 2 rows either below or above. I always like to do below so we can actually see it. And there we go. And then if we want to, we can go ahead and take these 2 items here. We can drag these down as well to row number 14. So we should kind of have some similar information here. So we have, D11, the 12, 13 to 14, and then we also have the average of D14, 13, 10. So we got that there. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the first one we're going to create is going to be Apple TV Plus, followed by Disney as well. For the kids, if you have kids at home like to watch Disney, we have that there. We also have Netflix, which is very popular, and that's been around. Heck, this has been around ever since. If you guys remember Redbox, that was another one where you can go in and like rent the DVDs, but you have to actually physically go to the location. I think they started doing it online as well. Then we have Amazon Prime, and then we have CBS All Access, and that's newly been on Amazon Prime as well. So you can actually see that within Prime. Now, another new one, pretty cool, is Peacock. Peacock got some very interesting shows. I just saw that they have a free version of it where you can see some shows for free. And of course, on most of these, especially Prime, you can look at free shows as well. You don't necessarily have to buy. And you can also rent within Prime too. And then we have Showtime as well for adult movies. And I don't think Showtime is really for kids. When I say like adult movies, meaning like stuff that may have a little bit like violence and stuff like that in it. Stars, and we have HBO Max, and then you have Hulu. And Hulu's gonna be ad free, but I'm gonna go ahead and add that in here. Sorry, can't spell. Excuse the spelling, you all. It is a little bit late that I'm doing this video, so just keep that in mind as well too. All right, so the months and everything is already there. We're basically already trying to figure that out. So as we go through this, we're just going to outline the costs and everything. So for Apple TV, we're going to go with we can go with $4.99 or $5. I'm just going to go with $5. That $4.99 stuff is kind of a marketing gimmick. I don't know why they just won't go just to like add 1 cent to make it even. They think the $4.99 is going to be more appealing and make people actually purchase it, but it's not. So we're going to go ahead and say that's $5. And then for Disney, it's going to actually $6.99, but we're going to make it 7 flat. And then we have $12.99 for Netflix. We're going to say $13. And then for Prime, it's $8.99. Now keep in mind, you all, that these are showing for X number of dollars and 99 cents. I'm just going 1 cent above to make everything even. So Amazon Prime is $9. And CBS All Access is going to be $9. Oh, not 900. And then Showtime is going to be $11. Stars is $9. And see, so Showtime we got $9. Actually, $11 is going to be Showtime, and Peacock is going to be 10. Sorry, let me go back up. Peacock is going to be 10. And then Showtime is going to be $11. And Stars is going to be $9. HBO Max is going to be $15. And then last but not least, Hulu is going to be $12 here. All right. So notice the column P is going to show the total price there. And then the average is going to be basically what's going into each month, what you would spend on the average. So that can change depending on if you take some out. I'm going to highlight the columns, I'm going to drag over to month number 12, and there you go. You're going to see it populate fully across. Now, there is one other thing that I'm going to add in here that I do not want at the top, and that's basically going to be the cost of cable that we're going to have here. So I want you all to see that. So I'm looking at the cost of cable. I want to see how much these people are going to charge us for cable, y'all. So we're going to kind of make that a little bit different here. So I'm going to have cable on here. And on the average cable, if you just have just a TV only, you're looking at probably about in a price range between $20 to $150 a month. Now that's right on the average of about $80 a month for that, and you get an average of about 205 channels. Now keep in mind, cable keeps things local. That's going to show locally within your community, but you're going to be forced to watch whatever that they program on the TVs. Versus with streaming services, you can pretty much watch whatever you want. So I'm just going to do the average price of the cable here. So I'm going to go for the highest amount just so we can have an accurate comparison. So I'm going to say about $145 a month. And the reason why I'm saying that, because oftentimes people are going to have the TV, the internet, and most likely a house phone, especially if they're elderly. They're going to have that house phone in there. So we're going to say about $145 a month. All right, so once we get the $145 a month, I'm going to drag that all the way over across to the side here. And we're going to drag these two items down because I want to make sure we see the cost comparison. Now, what I don't want that to do is filter up to the top, because I only want this to go to D 3 through 013. See, D3 to 03. So D3, okay, D3 to 03, and let's see here. So we're going to make that 013. So we're going to change this dynamic here. All right, so, okay, so it didn't capture it. So we're going to just draw a black line across this portion right here, because I don't want I want you all to be able to see the distinction between the two. So that's why I'm doing this here. All right. Cable, internet, phone. All right. So cable, internet, phone. So we have that there. Let me take a drink of my juice here. All right. So you're looking at about a $500 difference between you buying all 10 of those most requested streaming services. You can get all 10 of those probably for a little, paying about $1,220 a year, on average about $100 a month, versus paying for cable, internet, and the phone for around $1,740. So you can see the big difference here between the two. If you wanted to calculate that, you don't want to do it in your head, you can basically do it equals, and then you can do a sum, and then you can click on that total value at the top minus. Let me go back here. I think I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. So you can equals sum. You can do 3 minus 1,700, and so you're looking at about a $528 difference between those two items there. I'm going to blow that up a little bit so you'll be able to actually see that, because I want you all to see it clearly. So that's going to be, in column R, is going to be the difference in the price that you will pay. So you're saving a lot more money going to the service, like the streaming services, compared to the other costs there. So that's all I want to show you today. We just took a basic sheet, we just outlined it the way that we wanted it, and we were able to go through, hide the rows, take the data, bring the data from online, import it into here, take the costs, outline them out for the full month, for 1 month, and then we was able to drag that information across to get a total for that specific row. And then after we got for that specific row, we were able to get the total for all 10 services combined, compared to the yearly cost of cable, internet, and phone. So hope you all like today's episode. I'm going to go ahead and go with the streaming services because they are a lot cheaper than getting cable to your home. So like, listen, subscribe. DFTech 101, aka Black Mantle. Look forward to bringing more content to you soon.